All right, I'm only doing this one because it seems to be a staple in the black household, but looks like a bunch of Red Lobster locations are closing. uh, you know what? I'll be honest with y'all. I've never fully eaten at a Red Lobster, mostly because I am allergic to seafood, so so there's that. But now y'all may disagree with me on this. I have tried the Cheddar Biscuits, and they are not all that. Don't kill me, but Cheddar Biscuits are mediocre at best. If y'all want some real biscuits, go on over to Lucille's Barbecue. Get you them sweet biscuits with the apple butter. Anyway, let's get into why they closing. It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
All right, this is a news a lot of people did not like hearing today. The popular restaurant chain Red Lobster is in the red and could soon file for bankruptcy protection.
Today, the Florida-based company shuttered dozens of its locations, including here in San Diego. CBS 8's Richard Allen is here with more on what led up to these financial troubles and what the future holds for the casual dining pioneer. Richard.
Well, that's right, guys. Now, the Red Lobster in Mira Mesa was one of up to 120 locations that closed throughout the nation today, with the restaurant supply liquidator planning to auction off their kitchen equipment. And while there are still a couple other Red Lobsters here in San Diego County that are still open, what their future holds is uncertain.
No, I wasn't expecting this.
The whole plan. This was the day plan, and then go do.
Disappointment for Kat Gurney and Jaden Douglas, finding out that the Red Lobster in Mira Mesa closed with no warning.
I just wanted shrimp.
You know what? I realized I saw someone had posted that not only did they close, but yeah, it was no warning even to the employees. I had saw a post. Someone said that they had been a Red Lobster employee for 5 years and woke up to either an email or text message or something that basically it said effective today, this location is no longer open. Reach out, call your HR representative or call your paycheck representative or whatever. And yeah, this is another company that just, they knew they were going down bad and they decided to take their employees with them. So yeah, I just realized that I did see that before I even saw the big news.
I'd go for the biscuits personally.
This sudden shutdown here in Mira Mesa is one of dozens of abrupt closures nationwide today, an unwelcome surprise to loyal customers.
Yeah, I assume they were doing pretty well because there's always advertisements. They still do advertising. So if they have money for commercials, I'd assume they have enough to keep their company open.
And while the company is still open, Red Lobster is considering filing for bankruptcy protection, as first reported by Bloomberg. One of the company's recent financial missteps, its all-you-can-eat endless shrimp promotion rolled out last summer that contributed to $20 million in losses for the fiscal year.
No, I know they did not think that was going to work. All you can eat shrimp. Look, I told you I can't eat seafood. That's the only seafood I can eat though. Is shrimp. If I would have even heard of that, I might have tried Red Lobster for the first time in my life. I don't know how much it costs, but according to this, they said it was priced way too low. But especially when you're dealing with us hungry black folks, we'll pull up to some all you can eat. And if it's priced right, we pulling up every night. So yeah, they missed the mark on that one. For sure.
Too many.
I'm actually curious if the all you can eat special is still going at the locations that are open. Might have to check that out.
People participated at way too low of a price. And so the gross profit on that menu item was way too low, and it caused Red Lobster to miss their earnings.
San Diego-based restaurant analyst John Gordon says that Red Lobster's financial struggles started years earlier, though. When it changed hands in 2015, its real estate was also sold, meaning that Red Lobster had to start paying rent for its locations, rents that keep rising.
Come on, man. So it ain't had nothing to do with the shrimp. Let's just clear that up right now there. It had nothing to do with the shrimp. They made a huge mistake by selling off their property and deciding to rent. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. For those of you who may not fully get it, that would be similar to like selling off your paid off house and deciding to go rent instead. Like on what planet would you think that that's a good move? I'm sure there's some sort of like small niche of a reason of why that'd be a good move, but in most cases, you're way better off just staying in your paid for property. Maybe they tried. Oh, maybe he'll explain. Maybe they tried to expand and they thought cheaper rent across a bunch more properties is better than paid for real estate on a few. I don't know. But it obviously backfired. That it had nothing to do with the shrimp. It's the real estate aspect of it, because rent has risen significantly since 2015 in all areas, residential and commercial, has risen significantly. So, like most people, they probably didn't expect a pandemic, which they probably lost a lot of money on, and they weren't expecting real estate prices and rent in general to be skyrocketing. So. That's the real reason. Hopefully he explains it.
So that put a cost pressure onto Red Lobster.
In 2020, a company called Thai Union assumed Red Lobster's majority ownership.
And they just didn't know what they were doing. Okay.
It's also faced the same challenges as many casual dining restaurants, especially since the pandemic. Red Lobster in particular has attracted a somewhat older customer base.
The issue with an aging customer base is that they go out to eat less often, and they tend to be driven by coupons and special deals.
And keep in mind, even if Red Lobster does end up filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, they would still be able to stay open, although it appears it could be with fewer locations to choose from.
So, Richard, is Red Lobster now looking for a new owner?
Yeah, the people that bought it, Thai Union, they said they're selling it, basically. They want out, they're divesting. But, I mean, who's going to get it? Who knows? It could end up being a fire sale. If there's some investor out there who wants to buy a popular restaurant chain for cheap, this might be their opportunity.
I know Anna has a lot to say.
Oh, yeah, you're
We can still
passionate
get,
about this.
yes, we can still get the cheap.
They're not going to want to purchase those debts, though. Like, it's going to be better. If I'm an investor, I'm going to wait for them to pretty much fold, and then I'm going to come in and swoop in and buy after their debts are all cleared. So, yeah, nobody's going to buy it right now.
Cheese biscuits, though, right?
The Cheddar Bay biscuits?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can buy the mix in the store, but I don't think it's the same.
Okay, but at least you can still get your hands on it.
Exactly.
Try. Okay.
Nah, I told y'all them cheddar biscuits wasn't all that. Hey, look at that. One of Black Primacy videos just popped up. That's cool. But yeah, what did we learn from this? Business owners got to make better decisions when it comes to I mean, I'm sure Red Lobster was already falling apart, and they were probably just desperate, trying to throw a Hail Mary, and that was their Hail Mary. And I'm not too mad at that. If that was a Hail Mary, like, hey, we're gonna go down, we're gonna try something, to shake things up and try and make it work. And it didn't. So, yeah, they're going down bad. And like the gentleman said, they're not changing with the times. There is a Black-owned restaurant out here, or lounge, restaurant, bar, called GS Bar. They've changed their name since. I'm actually going to do a video on them, me visiting them, but they are if you're from LA, particularly the South Bay, Inglewood, Hawthorne area, you'll probably have heard of the GS Bar or District by GS over off Crenshaw. GS Bar, I just recently found out that the GS Bar, which kind of was similar, had a little bit of an older crowd, not too much older, probably like 40s, 50s. And they've completely revamped that bar to cater to not only the younger crowd, but more of the trendy items, the trendy drinks, the trendy vibe. And they really did their thing. Like the other location that they have that was already trendy and already in that space is phenomenal. It's a really dope place to go if you're in LA. And so this older part of their establishment that they've now converted is a example of how they are changing with the times, and that's the reason why they've been around for so long as a bar and a restaurant, which you typically don't see a lot of, especially neighborhood bars and restaurants. You don't see them lasting, 20 plus years. It's because they're able to adapt. And Red Lobster, even getting through the pandemic was a bit, probably a big deal for them. You saw places like Soup Kitchen or Soup Plantation that just folded as soon as the pandemic hit, and Red Lobster got through that, but still could not change with the times. And I get that it's probably harder for them to do it being such a big company. But this is an example. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, like being able to adapt and change with the times in order to remain and stay successful in whatever space that you do. So again, I'm sharing this really because they're a staple in the Black community for some reason. Like I said, I've been once, picked up some Cheddar biscuits, and they weren't that great. So let me know what y'all think. Y'all eat Red Lobster? Y'all mad about this? Y'all don't care? Either way, let me know. It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.